Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a martial art that completely flips the script on what it means to be a warrior. It's called Aikido, and its goal isn't to win a fight, it's actually to create peace. So let's just start with a pretty wild thought. What if the most powerful, the most ultimate martial art on the planet had absolutely nothing to do with fighting? That's the huge question at the very heart of Aikido. And this slide, right here, this really gets to the heart of it. In traditional combat, the goal is simple, right? Defeat the opponent, win the fight, overpower them with force. But look at Aikido. The goal is to defeat the spirit of contention within yourself. It's not about winning the fight, it's about winning a victory over yourself. And the ultimate goal, to never find it all. So, where did this totally radical idea even come from? Well, you're looking at him. Meet Morihei Ueshiba, known to his students as O-Sensei, which means the great teacher. His entire life was this incredible quest to transform the warrior arts into something more. You see, O-Sensei was a master. He studied all of the traditional martial arts of Japan, the Budo. But the more he mastered them, the more he saw this fundamental flaw. Their entire spiritual foundation was based on violence, on destroying the other person. And he wanted to create something new, an art built on a philosophy of creation, not destruction. And to get a sense of just how different his art was, you have to hear this story. It's from Tenzuru, a famous sumo expert. He said, "As soon as I felt the peculiar touch of Master Ueshiba's arm, I found to my great surprise that my whole body was unable to act, and I was robbed of all my means." Now get this, Ueshiba was over 60 years old at the time. This wasn't about raw strength, it was something else entirely. So, if it wasn't about strength, what was it? What was this something else? Well, the secret, it's actually hidden right there in the meaning of the name itself. Okay, so let's break it down. The first part of the name is I. Now this character means harmony. But here's the really brilliant part. It has the exact same pronunciation as the character for pure love and affection. O-Sensei chose that on purpose. He wanted to show that the way of harmony is fundamentally rooted in love. The second character is Ki. And Ki is a huge concept. Think of it as the universal, cosmic life force, the energy that flows through literally everything in heaven and on earth. So, Aikido, is the way, the do, of unifying your own spirit with this universal energy of harmony and love. And this philosophy leads to this amazing paradox. O-Sensei taught, the art of peace is the principle of non-resistance. Because it is non-resistant, it is victorious from the beginning. Now, this doesn't mean you just stand there and take it. No way. It's about actively blending with an attack to neutralize its energy. Basically, dissolving the conflict before it can even really start. All right, so we've talked philosophy, but what does this actually look like? How does it all translate into action? This is where Aikido becomes this incredible form of moving meditation, where these deep ideas are expressed physically. A typical interaction isn't a fight. Not really. It's much more like a physical conversation. First, you receive the attack's energy. You don't block it or clash with it, you welcome it. Then, you blend with that energy. You move with the attacker, almost becoming one. From there, you redirect that force, guiding it into a safe, circular path. And finally, you achieve a resolution where nobody gets hurt, not you and not even the attacker. And just imagine what that feels like for the attacker. They come at you with all this aggression, and suddenly they find themselves drawn into what's described as a swirling void. Their own force is turned back on them, but gently, making it completely useless. It unbalances them and shows them that their attack is futile, which often makes them just give up. But here's the thing. Aikido was never just meant for the dojo, the training hall. O-Sensei's real vision was for these principles to become a guide for how we live our everyday lives. The real practice, the real work of Aikido, happens inside of you. As O-Sensei said, if you have not linked yourself to true emptiness, you will never understand the art of peace. And what does that mean? It means emptying yourself of ego, of selfishness, of that constant desire to compete and be right. It's about finding peace within yourself first. And to guide that inner work, O-Sensei outlined these 4 great virtues, and I love how they're each symbolized by a natural element. You have bravery, like fire, wisdom, like heaven, love, like the earth, and friendship, like water. These are the building blocks for living a life of peace. I came across this really fascinating modern way of looking at it, calling Aikido a recursive grammar. Think of it like a language for dealing with conflict. It gives you a system, a repeatable pattern for turning negative energy, whether it's an argument, stress, whatever, around. By redirecting these interference energy spirals, you can break out of those negative loops and just resonate more freely. It's a really practical tool for personal freedom. And it all comes back to O-Sensei's most fundamental teaching. The real bottom line: true victory is self-victory. The ultimate opponent is never the person in front of you. It's the conflict inside yourself, and that is the only battle that truly, truly matters. So as we wrap this up, the question Aikido leaves us with isn't about how to win a fight. The question becomes this: in your own life, today, where can you create just a little more harmony instead of conflict?